This week's episode is featuring OmniGro. OmniGro delivers a robust blend of biostimulant and micronutrients to your crops all season long, including nitrogen, potassium, boron, copper, iron, manganese, and zinc. Visit stbiologicals.com to learn more about this and other regenerative ag products. Hello, and welcome to the ST Biologicals Soil Speaks podcast. This week, we will give you tips on how to create your annual grain sales plan. Let's get started. You make many decisions every year based on experience, markets, and historical trends. Put all of that experience and research to work in your next annual cropping and grain sales plan. Corn and soybeans have taken big hits these last few years. What can you do to mitigate the risk of future falling prices? Diversify your crops. Look at historical trends. What crops have been on the rise? If you want to continue growing corn and soybeans, consider non-GMO crops. A recent study found that 23% of consumers look for the non-GMO label in the grocery store. Could you get a premium for non-GMO crops? If you're a dairy farmer, you know your milk profit margin is slim, but have you researched the A2 milk market? It is a challenge to transition to an A2 herd, but do the math. Is it profitable in the long run? Farming is hard work, and there are many risks. If you're willing to add diversity to your farm, start small, keep good records, and plan to repeat what gave you the best profit margins. Grow what you're good at. This seems obvious, but it isn't. What gives you the best productivity may not give you the highest profit margin. Keep an eye on what seems to be easy for you to grow. What crop or crops gives you the least headaches? Have you already diversified into industrial hemp, millet, or another high-value crop? How difficult was it to change? If it's not too hard and you don't have to spend an arm and a leg in equipment, do you think you could get really good at these crops? Could you grow them without any synthetics to sell at a premium? For short-term and long-haul profits, keep an eye on your soil health. We've become conditioned to think that synthetics and chemical fertilizers will keep improving yield. Studies are showing the beginning of crop yield plateaus. Crops are reaching their yield limits, which may be based on genetics, climate change, soil degradation, and the diminishing returns of traditional agriculture, or most likely a combination of these factors. Before crops meet their yield limits, they will have already reached their farm profit potential. This occurs when you're depending on synthetic inputs, which keep getting more expensive to maintain your yields. Converting to regenerative agricultural practices gives you short-term gains and increases soil health for the long haul. Break down the costs for cover crop seeds, non-GMO seeds versus GMO seeds, herbicides, and other inputs. The increase in soil health is an outcome that is harder to set a number on. Beneficial microorganisms such as fungi and nematodes don't survive tilling or synthetics, but bacteria and many pathogens have adapted to harsher environments, like your conventional fields. Trusted crop consultants, like the ST Biologicals mentors, can explain the pros and cons of regenerative and conventional agricultural practices that can improve farm profit and plant and soil health. This is the time of year to coordinate all the data you've accumulated and make a grain sales plan. Figure out exactly what quantity you'll need for seeds, fertilizers, and synthetics for next year. Decide if you're going to rent that underperforming acreage again this year. Get your economic ducks all in a row. It's also the time to make sure all your equipment is working. The physical component of farming is less nerve-wracking if you go into the next season knowing you've done everything you can to make sure nothing breaks down. There's nothing worse than a perfect planting day in the spring spent unclogging nozzles that are plugged up with last year's residue. Even the best plans and perfectly working machinery are no match for Mother Nature. Do you have a plan B for when Mother Nature throws a wrench into your cropping plans for the year? Farming is a huge chess game, and you're playing with the grand master of them all, Mother Nature. Always plan at least 3 moves in advance. Trust us, she does. Remember, productivity doesn't equal profit. Selling a farm product with a high nutritional profile or a high-end market, or that's scarce, can improve your ROI. At the end of the day, a farm is a business. Aren't you interested in making it profitable so your family can remain on the land for generations to come? If you are, at ST Biologicals, we can help. We've been farming and raising livestock for more years than we'd care to count, and we're here to ensure you succeed. Visit us at stbiologicals.com to learn more. When soil speaks, we listen. Thank you for listening. Catch you next time.